Are we on? That's my favorite thing to do. Make it crazy. Hey guys, welcome to Access Show. It's Wednesday. We are almost at the almost weekend. I am here with Kate from Buffalo WGRZ. Am I right?
You got it.
Because it sounds like GRZ.
GRZ.
That's right.
It is.
Oh, okay. So I'm on board. Kate has been with us all week. She's going to continue to be with us. She is my spirit animal. She is funnier, smarter, prettier. Everything I love about her is amazing. So we were, and she's also just as weird as me, which gives my heart a little boom.
Like hatched from the same weird pot.
Yes. Like she
great.
looked at me once. We sit right next to each other, and she was like, "I'm weird," and I was like, "Yes, I love a girl that's weird." So we have a really good show for you. Just so you guys know, this is Coco. Coco, say hi to everyone on Instagram and Facebook. Coco's making sure I don't scare children with my eyes and my makeup. So the March for Our Lives, whether or not you guys agree with it, it's going to be huge in DC. My parents are going, a lot of people going. But Kate, they are going to have some major celebrities going, and they will be speaking. And I basically wanted to find out from you, do you think that's a good idea to have celebrity speaking when this is organically come from the Parkland shooting survivors who are between 14 and 18 years old? And it's going to be people like Amy Schumer is going to be there, some big stars. What are your thoughts on that as I get powdered?
Well, I think it's nice that they're able to be part of it if they want to be part of it and be supportive. But I think it's also nice to be there and quietly support.
Yeah.
As long as you're there and like, we're here, we're to support you, but kind of
Let them
step back a little bit and let them take the lead.
Yeah, I think, you know, and I said this in the meeting, guys, Amy Schumer it was during her movie in which 2 girls were shot and killed, and Amy Schumer had to come out and speak about it because it was her movie in a movie theater, and her cousin, Chuck Schumer, and she came up with a bill for Congress on gun control. So in some respects, I feel like she's allowed, in terms of there's some movement to be speaking. I get why she'd be there. But again, I'm sort of with you on this one. I'd much rather hear from the students than the celebrities.
Right.
If
they want to be there, great. That's great to be supportive. Certainly it draws a lot of attention to something that they care about and the students
It'll
care
bring
about.
eyeballs, that's right.
As long as they don't take away from it or do anything that takes away from it and puts the spotlight on them.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking, and Sam Shocker brought up a really great point. She was saying, remember during the Women's March when Madonna got up there and was like, if you think I'm no good as a woman, F you.
Yeah.
And as much as we all love the Material Girl, it discredited our movement a lot and wasn't the right thing to do. It was not the right thing in the right time.
Well, sometimes when celebrities get involved with things, then that's all people talk about,
That's
that
true.
they're involved. And whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever the issue is, takes, a back seat. And we're not talking about that anymore. We're talking about who was there and what they were doing and, what they were wearing, all of that stuff that comes with celebrities.
That's true.
All of the time.
But do you get the eyeballs either with or without them? Do you think that they're necessary for the eyeballs?
I definitely think they're necessary. But I think that if they're passionate about it and they want to be there, just like anybody else, just because they're celebrities, we shouldn't say, well, stay home.
Yeah, they're citizens. They should be allowed to go. Right. Cheryl Hannah saying, hi, Kate from Buffalo.
Hi.
Tatanka, people. Dances with Wolves. Does anyone get that reference? Do you think anyone, if you get the Tatanka reference, just write in, just so I know. You know what I'm talking about? Do you get it, Chris?
No.
No. Do you get it?
I don't get it.
Oh my gosh, she doesn't get it?
I don't get it.
Do you get it? Dances with Wolves, he says, I see Buffalo, and then he realizes the name Buffalo in the Native American language is Tatanka.
I never saw that movie.
Okay, so I've been saying Tatanka all week to someone that does not understand.
Right, I just rolled with it. But
you were amazing.
It though. You're like, it's from Dance. I'm like, all right, I haven't seen that movie, so I just gonna trust you.
The Buffalo, if you guys get it.
Mostly I just like that you do that.
I do like the wiggly part of the ears. That's great. You guys rock from Statesville, North Carolina. What's up, Doris Allison?
Hey.
So good to see you. Write us in and let me know where you guys are and how the weather is, because we know the East Coast is bracing for a nor'easter, is what they call them.
Another one.
And you're an East Coast girl just like me.
Yeah.
They have not stopped. They don't have a break, the East Coast this year.
And this is when, March is when you're really over it.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
I mean, you're really ready.
Yes.
I mean, snow is one of those things. Well, when you live where there's snow, and other people are always like, especially someplace like Buffalo, all the time people are like, oh, Buffalo is so snowy. And you're like, but it's a beautiful place.
It's a gorgeous place to be.
Don't count it out because of the snow. But when you are living there, it's kind of like it's okay for you to say when you're living there.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that when you're there. I will say, someone just posted on Twitter, I think, Derek, this one guy I know, and he said, Winter's becoming that girl at the party that you just want to leave, and she's not leaving, and you're like, get out of here, Winter. I'm so ready. Our flowers, like the first bloom, you know, the first crocus in the spring came, and then it snowed, and I was like, come on.
You'll have like a couple days where it's kind of nice, and then all of a sudden you're like, no, we're not.
Yeah, or no, we're back to this.
And here we go.
And if you do zoom down, you will see I'm so cold that I am wearing sweatpants and boots.
I mean, this is, I think it's
Quite an outfit, but it's very cold in here. Boston, still waiting for the storm. I love that movie. April, Page and Koff got the Tatanka. April, you're my new favorite person.
I mean, I think I'm probably the minority that haven't seen that movie.
No, I
mean,
think
it was
no
like,
one even near me knew what I was talking about. So I think you are
I'm
correct.
terrible with movies like that. People say, you know, have you seen this one? I was like,
No, I haven't. Toronto, Ontario, Canada is feeling spring.
hooray!
Hello, Martinsburg, West Virginia, 13 inches of snow.
Ooh, where's that, Virginia?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
And go UB, prayers for everyone in the path of these storms. You know, I was thinking my mom has, I've talked about it openly on the show, she has a disease, and she has to go visit a doctor in New Haven, and the doctor's name is Dr. Mystery, which is so like, ugh. Why? It's so funny. Shouldn't that be like a TV show? What has he got? I don't know. I'm Dr. Mystery. I think that'd be a great show. Anywho, she had all this blood work done and all this stuff to go see him, and snowed in. So flights are canceled, schools are closed. So we are giving our thoughts to those people, especially my Buffalo Love people, because
Sometimes
it's
we
easy.
miss that because it's further to the east.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So a lot of times
I know Boston's
Buffalo,
getting it. That's
yeah,
true. Okay.
It'll come up the coast in Buffalo.
Instagram says hi from Boston.
What's up, Boston? How's Boston feeling? I want some warm
love
weather,
Boston.
please.
It's a
Stacey
great
lives
city.
over. Yeah. What's favorite season? Spring's coming. We just came through winter.
Yeah.
Are you like a major like summer loving?
I feel like the older I get, the more I really like summer.
Yeah, I know what
Like
you
I
mean.
feel like I get colder sooner, and I'm just like always like I'm cold.
I'm always like
Just the
socks.
sunshine.
Yes. When you get
I'm
it for a
gonna turn to one of
gift.
those snowbirds.
I know. It's the best. So we're also talking, guys, quite quickly. Fred Savage has been accused from his costumer or wardrobe stylist for being violent. There's no sexual harassment being alleged yet,
Yeah.
but apparently he wiped some dandruff off of his shoulder and he struck her violently
Yeah.
3 times. And the accuser is going to be, we got live sound. So we're going to be able to play the sound of what the accuser said. When you think of Fred Savage, you think Wonder Years.
Yeah.
You certainly
Right.
don't think...
He played an abuser on a TV movie.
Yeah, but I know but when you think of Fred, and he has played other parts, but Savage has always been that sort of friendly guy from Wonder Years, and then he went on to host
I think
and
still,
stuff
even
like
though he's
that.
done a lot of other things, people just still think of him as that lovable kid.
100%. And
But
he is,
again, you know, you're an actor.
we don't know exactly, but it's interesting because you've been on sets before, and a costume person does get
Right.
sort of in your face a lot. So I wonder if there's that. It was a costumer that also accused Ryan Seacrest of inappropriate behavior. But I wonder if there's something to be said for the closeness in which they need to get. And
There's
he
that.
wanted her to like get away from him. I'm not excusing it. I'm just trying to bring up theories.
Well, and I know you feel this way. I feel this way when you're on, you know, whether it's a set or a show or whatever it is. It's a team effort.
Yes.
You can't do it without all these people, but there's a lot of people who see it more as a hierarchy and can act
A
accordingly.
million percent. And this, you know, I came from an ice cream store to this show, and I remember my first night, or one of my first nights, and I was getting a little ego, and I was like, oh, I have to be on set so early. How do I deal with this? And my husband's like, all right, Vanilla, you were scooping ice cream like a month before this.
Vanilla.
But you do tend to get a sense of grandness because you're always on the camera and people are always around you. And
Well, you do have people fussing over
You
you,
fussy,
and so
that's right,
sometimes
that's
people
right.
can just suddenly be like, "Oh, well, I'm somehow more important,
important.
and people are catering to me." And who, again, you don't know what the situation is. And so, you know, Al said something interesting earlier too, where he's like, you know, it's not illegal to be a jerk.
it's totally true.
And-
If you are disrespectful, that's real bad for your reputation, but it ain't against the law.
Right.
It's a good point.
You should never be violent, obviously.
Yeah, and you know, we'll hear from the accuser tonight, so you guys will actually be able to hear her and discern for yourself what you think. Ellis Walker will say, "Go Buffalo, go Blue tomorrow night
Oh,
versus
that's
Texas
right.
A&M." Kevin Ang, I'm in New York. Snow is still coming down. So, guys, we're gonna wrap up here. Kate's gonna go on the panel. I'm gonna stay in the hub. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
So long.
We're gonna take those.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Wednesday, March 21st, and we are the only live show that covers what you're talking about right now. All new tonight, we are hearing from the woman who's suing actor Fred Savage for alleged abuse. Affair allegations come back to haunt Don Jr. Did Aubrey O'Day call him out in a never-before-seen music video? And just released dash cam footage of the self-driving Uber that killed a pedestrian. We'll show you the video. Let's get it started. Take it away, Jeff Schroeder.
Thank you so much, Tori Shulman. I'm joined now by Sam Shocker, Al Jackson, and our guest co-host all week long, Kate Welshofer from WGRZ in Buffalo. Kate, welcome. And a lot of Buffalo love.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I never know what to say here. It gets weird. No, welcome. It's so nice having you all week. We got you for a couple more days.
Yeah.
Don't go away,
Oh,
Kate.
I know. I like it here. It's fun, guys.
I might kidnap you.
Okay.
Wow, nothing's really got weird.
This is on TV.
All right, let's knock this out of the park. Okay. Millions of you will take part in March for Our Lives rallies this Saturday. They are planned all over the country, and we are just learning some of the speakers that are planned for the March event in LA. Connie Britton, Amy Schumer, Olivia Wilde, and Yara Shahidi. And other celebrities like George Clooney and Amal Clooney and Oprah have shown their support through donations. So, I mean, a lot of people are showing up. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more celebrity names out there that are going to march with everybody, you know?
I'd rather there not be celebrities. And, you know, I've always been an advocate for celebrities using their platform for the greater good. This is exactly what they're doing here. And so perhaps I'm being hypocritical, but I want to hear from the students. These are the ones that have completely changed the game. They are the ones that are evoking change. And I don't want to see another Madonna moment when Madonna at the Women's March said, F you to the president, and what it did is it created a diversion and even painted the whole movement in a very poor light, and I don't want to see that happen.
Well, if you can kind of like balance it out where they can be there to kind of bring attention to it, but take a little bit of a back seat, so they're there in the support role.
Yeah, not to outshine them.
I mean, can A-list celebrities take a back seat? That's my question. You know, I definitely get what you guys are saying, and Sam, until you said that, I just didn't think about the fact that if, you know, there was an A-list celebrity, like if I was at this march and Tom Hanks, like who's there for probably good reasons, if I saw him, I'd be like, oh my God, can you get a picture with me with Tom Hanks? More than I would be like, I would lose focus of what this was.
Instead of Emma Gonzalez.
And I'm a person that works in the media, and I'd be excited to meet him. So I think that they might be a distraction.
There's always a chance to lead by example. If you get up and you have the chance to have a microphone, you can always choose to take that moment and say a few words and then pass it on.
I definitely think it's a balance. I think they bring awareness, but I would rather hear from the students themselves. Absolutely. All right, let's move on here. Fred Savage has just denied claims that he assaulted a female coworker. She is suing the actor for allegedly assaulting her on the set of his TV show, The Grinder. The coworker is a costumer. She claims Savage violently struck her arm 3 times when she went to brush dandruff off of his tuxedo while on set. Here is what she said about that incident at a press conference this morning.
He yelled at me, told me not to touch him, and he hit my arm violently 3 times. I could not stop crying. I was in pain, I was humiliated, and I was scared. This was the last straw for me because now my physical safety was at risk.
Wow, that was the first time we saw that video.
It's the first time I saw the video and my jaw dropped because a really dear friend of mine, Anahita Sadagatvar, is her attorney apparently. I did not know that. I just saw Anahita on there. And perhaps we'll be able to talk to Anahita in the next coming days if this story progresses. But I'm sure we're going to be learning a lot more. And from what I've heard in the allegations, it's not just her. She's claiming other women are supporting her and perhaps may corroborate her allegations.
Just her allegations, but Fred Savage has been around for a long, long time, since he was a child. Nothing like this has ever come out. Her being the only one, I mean, does that mean anything? 1 out of how many years?
And I agree.
Or does she have a voice as well?
Right, and let me pose this question to you, Kate. You know, the allegations that I read, despite the striking her 3 times violently, and I guess that's an allegation, she claimed that, you know, they weren't allowed to look at him. He was mean. He would say verbally abusive things. Does that constitute harassment, or is that just somebody being a jerk? Not to excuse it, though.
Right, exactly. And I think there's sometimes people, you know, having worked, you know, whether you're on a set or a part of a TV show, it's a team effort. I think. At least that's how I feel. And I don't know that everyone feels that way. And sometimes there are people who, if someone's catering to them, then they consider it to be more of a hierarchy rather than a team, and they act in that way.
Yeah. Well, I just look at this. You know, this is the second incident we've had with a groomer. You know, he's a
wardrobe or costumer, right? Yeah, yeah.
Groomer, what am I saying? You know, when you look at what happened with Ryan Seacrest, I mean. I think that we need to look at how we look at people's boundaries and how you touch people. And even when whether you're taking pictures of somebody, you watch where your hand goes, or you're grooming somebody. I'm not saying she was at fault at all.
Right.
I'm just saying we might need to have things that we've never had in place before in the history of show business, like when you can be touched, where you can be touched. Do you need to grant permission? Almost like the TSA when they say, I'm going to pat the back of your thigh down with the back of my hand. We might be there.
It might
and
be.
So, I mean, it would avoid situations like this because this is an ugly incident. I don't want to see this anymore.
I'm sure we'll hear more as the days go on. Right now, we're going to move on to singer Aubrey O'Day. She had reported affairs with Donald Trump Jr. It just gets crazier and crazier as we talk about
Yes, it does.
It all starts with an unreleased music video she shot in 2012. It's a remix of the song Somebody That I Used to Know with some very specific lyric changes. Watch this. And the internet is having a field day with this one.
That's
Social
for sure.
media thinks.
Why? Because none of those lyrics rhymed.
Hold on, Al. Hold on.
You can't rhyme. You can't tell your wife we were nothing had never happened. That doesn't rhyme.
Hey, I'm like that you're paying attention, though. I really like that. Social media thinks her 2013 song, DJT, Donald John Trump.
Or Donald Jr. Trump?
No, Donald John is his middle name.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. It's also about Trump Jr.
Jeff, she tried to correct you, and she was dead wrong.
I didn't try to correct
Yes,
him.
you did. You said Donald Jr. Trump.
Okay, can we move on?
Can I get through this? It features a conversation between Aubrey and a man she just can't have. Listen to this.
Whatever the truth is, defines the reality of you and I forever. And I need to be able to define that before I can walk away.
I thought it was forever at the time, but maybe I was lying to myself.
Yeah.
It's growing on me, you guys.
Yeah.
Are you going to go purchase it, download it later?
I'm gonna download it later, yeah.
I got to tell you, I shot a show with Aubrey. I was with her for 2 weeks. She's a tough cookie. I'm just going to put it like that.
Is she sweet? Is she manipulative?
She's sweet, but
Did you see that album cover? She's tied up 50 Shades of Grey.
Just because you're into
bonkers.
BDSM doesn't mean that you're not a sweet person. That's not cool.
Oh, excuse me.
this, though,
She just
'cause you
did
never
a
get to sit
shower
next to
scene with
somebody.
words written on her to a married man.
Well,
That doesn't mean she's not serving up apple pie, Sam.
She claims that she did not know that they were still married because he, according to her, was separated from his wife. So therefore, she was just having a tryst with somebody. That was not.
Oh, okay, so good girls only have trysts?
Okay.
All right, I'll get that shit at Hot Topic.
Please, Kate.
Here's what I enjoy, because you actually know her. And it's very rare that someone like me who looks at this bonkers nonsense on the internet is like, tell me everything, please.
Well, it's not about me, Kate. It's about
I know, but I want to know.
DJT.
Tell-
But no,
Tell me
I told you. I'm telling you, she was very sweet, but very commanding of respect. She was a tough woman. Yeah, I mean, you laugh, but I was frightened of her, to be quite honest.
It seems like you're still frightened.
Yeah, I am. I'm
Frightened?
scared to see what happens after me.
Frightened?
No, I'm just kidding. She was very sweet to me, but she did command respect. She's very tactical. So I believe what happened on The Apprentice, this was the next step in her career, using this to do something else, and it never went
Why
anywhere.
is everybody so quick to blame her and not him? When he
I'm
was
not
the one
blaming
that's
her.
married
I'm
and
just
have a baby. Everyone's
she's the
calling
one who, like I said, she's very tactical and capitalized
You're
on
calling
this.
her tactical. People are calling her manipulative when it takes two to tango, and she claims she never knew.
Touche. All right, we'll leave it on that. All right, we
Good girls
actually
have trysts.
I'm never going to get through here, man. We actually shot a reaction video to that song. You have to see it. Check it out on our YouTube and Facebook pages. I'm sure people are flipping over right now. 50 Cent ain't having it after excerpts from Vivica A. Fox's book came out talking about their sex life from 14 years ago. He posted this clip on Instagram, turning the tables.
Not after 14 years. No, not after 14 years. Okay, because if showed up talking about you had some bomb after 14 years, 14 years? You be done called the police on the girls act like it ain't nothing when they do shit like that. But if a guy do something like that, come on, you know what time it is. You were looking like something wrong with him, right? After 14 years.
So is Fitty right? Does it take two to tryst? Or is there a double standard when it comes to women talking about their sex life with men?
Are you trying to start a drinking game?
I just learned a new word, so I'm using it the rest of the day.
Good. I'm glad I could be of help.
Sam is
Thank you.
so mad at us.
Of course, 50 Cent is accurate here. I think there is a double standard, and we're learning more and more. Our very own Ebony Steele did some digging earlier, and woo, is her book title pretty deviant. Can Ebony, can you run over here and tell us or connect the dots for us real quick?
Yeah, let's
do it. Okay, so
we got an inside conspiracy
14 years ago, obviously they were together, and then she wrote a book. And tell everybody about the title.
All right, so if you don't know that 50 Cent's arch enemy is Rick Ross, right?
Big time.
Right, and one of his most famous songs is "Every Day I'm Hustling,"
right?
And that's the name of Vivica's book. Okay,
That's cold.
And if you do more digging, Empire and Power, the two TV shows. Remember, Vivica was on Empire. I'm sorry.
That's getting real close.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this. And he was on Power, and so because of ratings, they were talking smack over that too. So it's been their relationship and their career and their TV shows. Yeah.
They're out for blood.
Yeah, it's been 14 years. Get over it, boo. See you later.
Wow. I think we just broke it down.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, apparently it's two to tryst. We are live. Digital producer Brett Forrest has news at the moment.
Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is breaking his silence on Facebook's data harvesting scandal. He is talking to CNN tonight. Mark posted a statement earlier today that Facebook needs to repair a breach in trust following revelations that the company Cambridge Analytica used data from up to 50 million Facebook users obtained illegally by a third party to target American voters and help Donald Trump's presidential campaign. So it will be interesting to hear his first interview tonight. All this as the Delete Facebook movement is gaining steam. Back to you guys.
Very interesting to hear from him. I'm sure we'll talk about it tomorrow. Absolutely. Daily Blast Live covers trending stories and breaking news as it happens. Tori Shulman, what's coming up?
Well, Serena Williams has hit the court again in the Miami Open. How did she do? And brand new video from Arizona of the self-driving Uber that slammed into a pedestrian. We'll show you the rest coming up.
You said in
As
context.
Kate calls it, a brief encounter.
Where'd you get that one from?
But how is
People know about that.
I never heard of it.
Do you know what it is?
Never?
Alex,
Never.
we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay, so we're asking what a tryst is, and you would know it if you did read
We're not
romance
were, 'cause
novels.
I said it.
She said it. We got
Kate
it.
knew it.
Kate
Yeah.
knew it. It's the man.
Don't make a face like that. You tried to correct me on Donald John Trump.
And then
I
try
just
to move you
double-checked.
along when she was dead wrong?
Yeah.
I said Department of Justice Trump.
Is that a fake laugh?
No, it's hilarious. People were saying it's not looking good for Fred. What the? I can't
I
finish.
thought you were going to say about the show.
About the show, no. It's I can't finish it after seeing that Aubrey O'Day video. I'm SMH. Do you know what SMH?
Shaking my head,
Yes.
which I did not know. I had to look it up.
When?
I don't know. The first time I saw it, I'm like, what's SMH?
Wait, how long ago was that? I didn't know what SMH was for a long time, nor did I know what TBT was for a little bit.
I didn't know what IJS was.
What's
What is
IJS?
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Like,
What's
I've had a lot of people
TBT?
edit with
Yeah.
IJS tonight. Yeah.
In my IMAO, or is it in
In my opinion.
I sound like a
Or
grandma.
in my humble opinion,
Humble,
I was like,
IMHO.
I've never heard
Al,
that.
what's TTYL?
Talk to you later.
Yeah, what's BRB?
Be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's ROFL?
Rolling on floor left.
Yeah.
What's WCW?
Woman Crush Wednesday.
Wow!
Oh, you are up to date.
What's FBF?
Wait, say it again.
FBF.
Flashback
I wouldn't
Friday.
have got that one.
No, me either.
What is BTS?
Back talk to you soon.
Behind the scenes.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, but who uses behind the scenes?
I do. I don't have any followers. See you later.
What's OW?
On the way? What are you?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Happy Hump Day, everybody. It's time now for everyone's favorite segment, Al Sounds Off. What everyone's favorite comedian, Mr. Al Jackson, when Al goes off on the wildest stories he could find. How you feeling?
I feel great.
We're halfway there, buddy.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let's knock it out of the park. On last night's American Next Top Model, one of the girls' acting skills inspired Tyra Banks. Check this out.
People think that models can't act. They're giving me hope for our people, that we can one day live in a nation where we will not be judged on the quality of our pose,
Amen.
but on the content of our diction and performance.
Preach.
Yeah, I mean, did you find it weird that she struggled over the word diction? Listen, it's like if only somebody had the foresight to put models in music videos. I mean, thank the Lord for Tyra Banks. First of all, you're models. You guys won. You won the whole game of life, and it's not to talk. Why do you think I'm a comic? Because I look like this. If I look like you, I wouldn't say a word. Let's go to the next one.
All right, Al. You're only as old as you feel. That was a good one. You're getting good at that. And these adults are enjoying a good old game of tag. Al, remember that?
Yeah. Oh, Jeff, let's look at this. But let's ask the question, what are these guys really running from? I think it's their feelings. This game is so realistic that their moms actually come to pick them up after this. Fellas, grow up. I would make more fun of you, but I have a Ring Around the Rosie tournament right after this. So let's go to the last one.
All right, a hospital in Thailand is using robots to deliver patient records between nurses' stations. Check this out, Al.
All right. Oh, Jeff, the good thing is this isn't creepy at all. You know, there's an old saying that there's nothing like the metallic, icy touch of a nurse. I mean, aren't they trying to keep the people in the hospital from having heart attacks? Look how disturbing this thing is. I mean, the bad news is these things are so slow you'll be dead by the time they get there. But the good news is they'll figure out how to bring you back to life by the time they do.
You really went in on those robots, Al. All right, everybody, that's Al Sounds Off. This is comedian Al Jackson. Good job today, buddy. We are live. Ebony Steele has a new trending story coming in hot.
Yes, yes. Attention Karate Kid fans. 34 years after the original movie, a new sequel series is on the way. Cobra Kai reunites Ralph Macchio as Daniel and his rival, that is William Zabka, as Johnny. They just released the trailer. Take a peek.
Hey! Watch your car, man. Get the hell out of here, loser.
You're gonna be my karate teacher? No. I'm gonna be your sensei.
Cobra Kai comes to YouTube Red May 2nd. Back to you guys.
I'm scared. First of all, can we talk about how Leo couldn't hold his crane pose? Leo, you started falling a little early. Leo, get up and do it. Do the and hold it for one Mississippi. There we go.
Oh,
all right, there we go.
Leo, there you go, buddy. If you've done right, no can defend. Daily Blast Live is all about live news as it's happening. Tori, what's coming up?
Leo, nice job. Well, new footage has just been released of the self-driving Uber that killed a pedestrian. If you were behind the wheel, could you have stopped in time? Stay tuned.
Karate Kid poses?
No, you do
Wax
one. We'll
on,
judge you.
more than wax off.
How about paint
wax
the fence?
on?
There we go. We're doing some.
Wax off.
All right.
You don't remember that one?
Crash story.
Really? I know most of those locations. Yep.
Okay. I painted the
Yep.
Painted the fence. And what did that teach you?
Yep.
You know, when I
throw a kick. Yeah.
Good job. Okay.
And
Gotta
then
work on that.
What are you talking about?
You gotta
Come
work
at me.
on that.
Can I just ask
Yes,
you
I
guys?
got you. Hold on. I got you, Rena.
Sam
Yeah.
was about to swing on the arm.
Let's try.
So we're gonna
You're gonna walk away now?
He's pretending someone's in his ear,
Tori,
but there's no one in
can I ask a
there's no one in
semi-serious
his ear.
question?
Yeah.
Would a relationship between Daniel San and Miss Miyagi not be looked at strangely in 2018?
Not in the Miss Martial Arts field.
What, he's living at his house.
That is a little strange.
It's a little strange. Washing his car with his shirt off.
It's about respect and your elders.
Well, how could you not like Karate Kid?
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying, would that relationship be looked at strangely in 2018? He was over there too much.
The defense was to block kicks. The wax on was to block the punches.
Okay, let's see how well that works. Okay, ready?
Yeah. Wax on.
Okay, let's try.
No, Sam's gonna come for real.
I will never.
Sam, do not bust his lip.
I feel like this shouldn't be on tape.
Wait, I'll do 3, 2, 1. Punch you. Okay, ready?
Look at Sam's knuckles.
Listen,
Look at
I'm
her
just showing
knuckles.
you what it represents.
3. Come on, Josh.
Listen, Aubrey O'Day.
2, 1.
15 seconds. Let's take a seat. Please don't hit
Sam gave me a one and then a gut shot. Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. New details coming in right now on that deadly self-driving Uber crash in Arizona. It was at night, and a woman who was crossing the street was struck and killed. There's been a lot of debate about driverless cars, and we want to warn you, we're going to show you the video, but it may be disturbing. Watch this.
Oh, God. Oh.
All right, so, I mean, again, it's graphic. We didn't show the whole thing. But, I mean, the point I think that they're trying to make here, unfortunately, is that there was no crosswalk there. There was no stop sign. There was no street light. That person came out of nowhere. And I don't think if it was a human driving that car that they would have been able to stop in time. That's just me. We could show it again in slow motion and tell me what you're...
And, like, whether we watch it or not, like, I've saw enough. I mean, I've seen enough. Jeff, I consider myself an expert driver. I can handle a car. There is absolutely no way I would have been able to avoid that.
I agree.
I mean, it seemed like by the time I realized what was going on, and I knew we were going to look at this coming back from commercial break, by the time I realized what I was looking at, she was already in front of the car.
Right, and I agree, and I had a different outlook when I first heard the story that it was mechanical error, but now...
Does this change your opinion on driverless cars?
That's exact. It does. It does change my opinion because a human would have made this error too. So I don't know who's to blame here, because Toyota totally stopped production testing on roads for this. So companies are taking a step back now because of this happened. Do you think they should or they should continue?
Well, I think looking at this clearly is human error. I mean, is what it kind of looks like.
That's what it looked like.
By the pedestrian.
By the pedestrian.
And you don't want to say anything ill of the passed away. But what you're saying, I mean, but we're never saying that if I make a mistake tonight and it costs me my life, that doesn't mean that I'm a worse person for it or you're a bad person for saying it. It just means that I made an error as a human being.
And you said a really good, it struck me when we talked about this a few days ago.
Right.
I was very against this. I thought that not only does it cost jobs with Uber and Lyft, but it's costing life. But then you made a point, well, how many lives would it save with people that drink and drive?
Right.
And that changed my mind.
You know
right
what,
there.
Sam, as somebody that works in the nightlife, like when I get done with the late show, it's usually 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I see all the nightclubs that are letting out, and I look at all the Ubers in front, and I'm like, 5-10 years ago, those were all drunk drivers.
Right.
And so, I mean, these things are doing a benefit for the society as a whole. So it's not like let one tragedy prevent hundreds and thousands of tragedies.
And you really see an accident is an accident, and I think that's this case.
That's why
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're exactly right. Digital producer Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
Right now, Serena Williams' return to tennis is off to a rocky start, losing straight sets 6-3, 6-2 to Naomi Osaka today at the Miami Open. Serena left tennis at the top of her game when she took maternity leave more than a year ago. In her second tournament back, she's unranked, playing tougher opponents in earlier rounds, and supporters are crying foul, saying she shouldn't be punished for taking time off as a mom. Serena left the tournament without speaking to the media.
quickly, I want to hear from you.
Well, the tennis league, you know, they punished her for being a mom, for taking off. They lumped her in with people that had injuries, and she had to start from the bottom at like a 496th seed.
Which clearly she's not.
When she was number 1,
right.
And just because she took some time off to have a child. And I think that they need to do some reform when it comes to their regulations and rules, because it's not the same as someone that was perhaps gone for 2 years for an injury. An injury and pregnancy are two different things.
Hopefully she does her own reform and wins that tournament. Absolutely.
I just say good luck to anybody who wants Serena gets her form back. She's going to, oof.
All right, watch out for the wrath.
Enjoy it now.
All right, we'll be right back, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Stick around later this week. We got Double Jump. It's a brand new show from producers here at DBL. It's all about nerd culture, gaming, movies, whatever. It's a personal plug because I am a co-host along with Leo Rydell, Abby Rosenblum. Guys, you gotta check it out. It's a lot of fun. That's it. I'm done with my plug.
That's what I'm saying. That lets you know that they wouldn't have. What I wanted to say, which Hannah Moon brought up, which is a fair thing to say, is that there was someone in the car, not driving, it was on autonomous mode, but at some point, at any point, you can hit the brake, the person, and stop the car. So therefore, that person didn't even do that. So therefore,
we have their reaction as well.
Okay,
but
great.
we just didn't show it. But his reaction was like that.
Wow.
His or hers, I don't know who was in the car, a man or woman, but
so,
it was,
yeah, but it does prove to you that you wouldn't. Yeah, you could just, and
whether it's
stop.
machine or
right.
human.
Machine or human, and you saw the car was going about 40 miles per hour, did never ever slow down, never hesitated, and unfortunately she came out of a very bad angle.
In all honesty, though,
Out of
I've
the
had
dark.
those moments where I've stepped off the curb, and I've been like,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
Bus goes by.
And it would have been your fault, technically. I mean,
Well,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just like, you're not paying attention.
Same. Been there, 100%. Or I'm looking at my
it also
phone.
makes me think about self-driverless cars in a different way. That did help my feelings that a human wouldn't have made that, wouldn't have braked either. So
I think this is going to be an argument we can continue to hear if we do have driverless cars. It's always going to be like, would a human been able to prevent that, or the machine?
Right.
It's going to be like, if there's going to be progress with anything.
10 seconds.
Always.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live, guys. It was a roller coaster, this show, huh? We had our ups and downs, but we had one funny moment. Let's check it out. And then our guest co-host all week long, Kate Welshofer from WGRZ in Buffalo. Kate, welcome. And a lot of Buffalo love. I love this song.
What is happening?
Right after that, I said things got weird, and now they're weird again. We're back to the beginning.
Well, you know what? It comes full circle, which I think is nice. It's a nice way to wrap it up.
Right,
Kate just said, what is happening? Which is always what you want your
The
guests to
stories never stop. We don't either. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going, everybody. Happy